I'm here right now with Hooman, who is also a speaker on this conference, but it's a really great story how you end up on this
It's very last minute,
so
yeah.
Tell about
So
it.
I flew in late last night, basically to vacation and drink lots of beers with Alistair, and I'm on my way to Oktoberfest. And at about 11 o'clock last night, I was told that I'm doing this talk today. So it was very last minute. I'm quite jet lagged, but it sort of worked out. And fortunately, I was later in the day, so I had a little bit of time to prepare. And it seemed like it went well. I'm looking forward to hearing what the feedback is like. I think it was okay.
Great. Tell us a little bit about your talk, about your field of work.
So I specialize in web performance optimization, and it's something I've done for years now. The particular area that I'm working in now, and what my company works on, strangely, is what's called front-end optimization, which is essentially optimizing the way the pages render on browsers and all the performance components that go into a page, a browser fetching a page from a server and rendering all the pieces and showing the page to the user. This is an area that is of great importance when it comes to obviously performance, and we provide products that automate a lot of these performance characteristics and make pages basically faster by optimizing and solving a lot of these problems. So the general field is known as front-end optimization. It's basically just dealing with the way a browser renders a page.
Great. What was the message of your lecture here?
So the crowd was developers. So my main goal was to essentially, unfortunately, not a lot of them knew about front-end optimization, so that was good because I had a chance to teach them about it.
Great.
My main message was, obviously, in half an hour, you can't. This is a whole discipline. You can't talk about all the issues. My main goal was to educate them enough to get them interested in exploring some of these areas later. Developers are often fully focused on developing features, meeting deadline with projects and whatnot. And a lot of times performance is the penalty they pay because they don't think with performance in mind. So if what I can do is just teach them about the general issues and make them aware of it as they're coding, so their pages are naturally fast, for example, then that's good enough right there. So the main goal was just to teach them about the concepts, the issues, and just get them to think about performance a little bit more. That was the main issue. In half an hour, that's all I can do, really. Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe can you mention some resources, some good resources people can study if they want to get deeper in this field?
Yeah, definitely. So there's lots of companies that do this. There's a large community of web optimization people that do this. What I would start with is the sort of the guru in this space is a guy who works for Google called Steve Souders. Steve Souders is a great place to start. SteveSouders.org, I believe, is his site. Has lots of information about this. There's a site called webpagetest.org, which lets you test your web pages and see how they're performing. That's a great resource for it. There's web performance meetups all over the world where people that care about this stuff get together. So I would definitely look into web performance meetups. There's big ones in San Francisco and New York that I know about. There's stuff in Europe, I'm sure. There's a conference next week in London called Velocity. That is this is where we talk about this stuff. This is where we geek out over this stuff, basically. Lots of resources down there. We have a blog called webperformancetoday.com, which has also a great set of resources and research around optimization techniques and what web performance optimization, how it affects business types of things. And it's such a field now. There's so many things happening in it that just a couple of Google searches on performance optimization and FEO, front-end optimization, will lead to lots of resources for it.
Great. Thank you very much
My
for
pleasure.
your time.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy your vacation.
Will do. Thank you very much. Thanks.